Hello and welcome everyone to another one of my plugin reviews. This time I'm talking about Minimal Audio Formant and also Minimal Audio Squash, just because I haven't tried Squash yet, but Minimal Audio Formant is a new plugin and it's a formant shifter. But before going on, I want to look at Kilohertz formant filter, because it's a formant filter with a nice visualization of what's going on, and it sounds like this. So now I'm overlapping with the A point on the XY pad, and that's why the filters that are being used make the beat sound more like someone is actually singing the vowel A. A formant filter is when you have a bunch of bandpass filters in parallel and together they form formants. But a formant shifter is something else. Last time I saw a free formant shifter in a plugin that was probably Kirui, which is like a million years ago, and there the formant shifter sounds like this. Well, this plugin was not designed to work with polyphonic material, so that's why it sounds very crunchy. But you can get the overall idea. When you apply a formant shifter, then you actually change the formants of the signal instead of just imposing a filter on the signal that adds a little bit more strength to the frequencies of the formants. A more modern example of that would be Manipulator by Polyverse, and it sounds like this. When you turn the formant up, you get a brighter sound. When you turn it down, you get a darker sound. And that is the overall idea of it. And if you apply that to vocals, then turning it down sounds a little bit more manly. Turning it up sounds a little bit more female, even though that is very stereotypical. And I would say that it's not quite always the case, that you cannot generalize that fully, but that is how people sometimes see it. So let me demonstrate that real quickly for you.
Let me record some stuff and I'll show you the formant filter. I mean shifter. Let me record some stuff for you. Formant shifter.
That could actually be a great opportunity to try the plugin Squash, because it tries to be an OTT type plugin and these vocals definitely need more strength.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you and I show you the formant shifter.
What's going on with that one note though?
Formant shifter.
For some reason that works better, whatever.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you and I show you the formant shifter.
Now, first of all, about Squash, it's cool that you can dial it in so quickly, but there is one thing that I'm missing here, which is the time parameter. Usually when you OTT something, you can dial in more time and then you get less background noise between the words.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you and I show you the formant shifter.
As you can see, I didn't even have to turn down the depth, which is what most people do, because I turned up the time so much that there was enough space between the notes to make it sound good actually. So that is something that you cannot do with Squash. So even though I kind of like the idea to reduce the interface even more than it already is, I feel like this was already pretty much peaking in simplicity. And if you go further than that, then it's like, I don't know, not quite my thing, but yeah. Oh, I just remember there was another free plugin lately that has a formant shifter and it's called Inner Pitch, and the formant shifter in it sounds like this.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you and I show you.
But I'm all that's the worst formant shifter that I've ever heard, because it just makes everything super thin the moment you go like over -+3 semitones. And then it's just different kinds of thin. So basically you never use this formant shifter to actually change the formant. You only use it when you have a signal that you want to have a little bit more in the background, which can be useful, but I would not call that a formant knob. I'm not a hater of this plugin though. It has a very great pitch shifting algorithm, which sounds like this.
Let me record some stuff for you. Some
some stuff for you and I'll show you the Formant.
As you can hear, it still sounds good when you use it on very extreme values, which is very rare for free pitch shifters. So this is good, this is not good. And now we will deal with something that hopefully sounds very good. Formant by Minimal Audio.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you and I show you the Formant shifter.
Alright, so turning it up changes the Formant shifter to up, turning it down shifts the Formant down by up to 1 octave. And tilt seems to be just a tilt EQ, so turning it to the left makes it darker, turning it to the right makes it brighter. Let me actually remove the rumble before we go on because it's super annoying.
Let me record some stuff for you and I show you the...
Oh wow, that looks so nice when the volume gets louder and then you have this little wavy stuff going through these points. That's like very elegant.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you and I'll show you the Formant shifter.
Oh, that's a very modulatable filter. You can not really make it jump out at you. Or I don't know if you can. Maybe you can when you randomize it super hard. But I just moved it harder than I would practically ever do. So that should be good enough of a test anyway. But let me try.
Let me record some stuff for you.
Yeah, confirmed. It works perfectly well. And now while we are at it, we are also going to compare it to the plugins that I already showed you. Because as I said, Formant filters are typically used on vocals.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you.
Now what I like about this plugin compared to Formant is that you can touch the Formant parameter without touching another parameter. That's the problem with XY pads in general. Sometimes you might not want to dial in any tilt EQ, but just the Formant shifter. And that would be easier with a plugin like this. However, I gotta say it's a pretty nice combination to combine a tilt EQ with a Formant shifter because that's something that you could often see yourself using together. So that makes a lot of sense. And obviously Manipulator is expensive and Formant is not because it's free. Let's also check out Kiruvi while we're at it. If we use Kiruvi, we should also use it fully. So I will just put the notes here and instead turn off spot on.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you and I'll show you the Formant shifter.
Kiruvi has the most radical sound, both in terms of pitch correction and in terms of Formant shifting. So yeah, whenever you just want the most radical sound, you would use Kiruvi, which is also free, but it doesn't work on some systems no more because it's 32-bit. So just for that reason alone, it's good that now there is this plugin called Formant. But I want to show you one other trick that I know that I've shown you in an earlier video sometime, but not a lot of people know my videos, so I will show you again in this video.
Let me record some stuff for you and I show you the Formant.
Alright, so you know probably that in Melodyne you can take every single blob and add a Formant shift.
For you. Let me record some.
And it sounds a little bit more realistic than most Formant shifters because it's an offline effect.
Let me record.
But it's a little bit fiddly to move all of these individual blobs around. I mean, it's fun. I like to do that with my vocals. But if you ever feel too impatient for that, you should know that Melodyne also has a few parameters. And they can be accessed in the non-parameter representation of the plugin. However, that works in your DAW of choice. In Bitwig, it's just down here. And then you can do this.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you.
This sounds a little bit different than the other Formant shifters because it tries to ignore the syllables, which is kind of weird in my opinion because especially when you use it hard, you get some normal sounds, but then there is suddenly this kind of tone. It's kind of a very hard transition between those things. You can hear that one of them is totally dry and the other one is wet, but I guess if you use it subtly, then it's pretty cool.
Let me record some stuff for you. Let me record some stuff for you and I show you the Formant shifter.
So yeah, honestly, there's not much to say about this plugin. I could change the frame rate. I could disable OpenGL. That makes sense sometimes. If a plugin crashes, then it can oftentimes be that it's because of OpenGL. But since this plugin didn't crash, I don't have to do that. I'm a little bit interested in these menus though. It's kind of interesting that they have like a whole tab for support stuff and it brings you directly to the support page. That's a cool workflow for support. View logs. Oh. Plugin even makes log files in case of a crash so that everything can be neatly analyzed. Very cool system. That will make everything very reliable when the support tickets are rolling in. I like that. But yeah, no need. It works. And it has a good sound. Nice.